Hi, guys. Welcome to this week's episode of From Hot Girls to Hot Flashes. I'm your host, Kiki J.
And I'm Jay Renee.
And this week, we are doing things a little bit differently. So, Jay Renee, we usually come here and we talk about, perimenopausal stuff and how our week's been, and we just dwell on like the things that are happening with our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
This week, we're not going to do that.
We're not.
No,
Look how positive she's being, y'all. Go ahead.
we're talking about positivity and we're talking about gratitude, and we are just talking about how great things are as opposed to how terrible they can be.
Yes, because with perimenopause, every day is a struggle. Every day is some kind of issue. Joint pain, muscle aches, headaches, irritability, mood swings. Y'all, we have covered them all, and there's still more to cover. But every once in a while, you just get exhausted about talking about
Mhm.
the negative stuff.
Yes.
And we've been saying, listen, for the past week, we've been saying positivity, positivity, positivity to the point where Kiki has been mocking me, people. What did you say? Positivity, positivity. And I'm like, yes, because with everything that's going on now,
Mhm.
even with the changes in our bodies, and let's not talk about government, let's not talk about global warming, let's not talk about the state of the economy, let's not talk about the educational system. And we got perimenopause, and we're doing other things. Negative, negative, negative. Some
Mhm.
days we just want to celebrate the little wins. They don't
Mhm.
have to be super big. And listen, after last week's episode, again, we thank you guys so much because let me tell you, Tasia has been blowing it up. She has been fantastic. The reception has been great. Thank you guys so much for supporting her. Thank you so much for supporting us
And
here at Hot Girls and
embracing
Hot
her.
Flashes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, her authentic selves. And y'all, that's what this is all about. We can sit up here and we can be professional and we can talk so and so. But when the camera is not rolling, even someday we just have these conversations like, ugh. And today is one of those days where we're going to focus on the positive. So, what about positivity do you think shifts the mood? Is it just because you're talking about positive things?
I think is you have to have a positive outlook, right?
Mm.
Like you have to wake up in the morning and say, I'm gonna make today a great day. And you do that a lot. Cause
Hmm.
Jay Renee wakes up way before I wake up. And so she'll pull over me in the morning. She's like, today is gonna be a great day. We are going to make today a great day.
Right.
And some days it does not work out like that, right?
Hmm.
Some days you cannot force it to be a
Right.
great day. But I think if you have a positive outlook, like I am going to do everything I can do to make myself have a great day, then maybe it'll happen. I can't affect the outside people, the negative that people send my way, or life happens,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I can project positivity. I am going to be positive today.
Hmm.
I am going to have a great attitude. I am not going to let anybody bring me down. I
Mhm.
am going to be my best self today.
Right.
And I think that's a way, to go into the day, to just
Mhm.
at least try, to make yourself have a great day.
Mhm.
Right?
And with that, today, you guys, okay, for me, I have been on the go for 17 days straight. That includes family time, that includes work events, that includes regular home stuff. So just go, 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 go. So I had a couple of days where I could rest and I vegged out. But then here comes the start of the new work week, back to the business of the business. But y'all, I found out I was thankful. I was just so thankful waking up that I had the ability to
Mhm.
get back to the business of the business. It
Mhm.
was crazy.
Mhm.
I was saying to myself, oh God, I gotta go work out. I need to get up. But when it was time for me to get up, I got up, did my stretches, this and that. And then I look online, hear about, someone I know transitioning from this realm. And it's just like, wow, that person is not here to be able to do the simple
Mhm.
basic stuff. So it brings about an air for me of
Mhm.
appreciation.
Yeah. Appreciate the days that we have, because
Mhm.
you never know what's going to happen. I may
Mhm.
not be here tomorrow. So I'm
Mhm.
thankful for today. I'm thankful that I have today to make a difference and to do something different today that I didn't do yesterday, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's how we have to look at it. We work with young people.
Mhm.
And I had a young person last week that had a whole meltdown, just a blow up with another person. And I told her, sometimes you have to walk away from negativity. You don't have to feed into it. Because somebody starts an argument with you, that does not mean you got to argue back.
Mhm.
I don't have to curse at you because you cursed at me.
Mhm.
I could just say, you know what? I'm not giving you my energy,
Mhm.
and I walk away from it.
Mhm.
And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to walk away from those situations that's going to throw you off balance.
Right. And y'all being positive or just being determined to have a good day, it does not take some kind of super grandiose declaration for the world to hear.
Mm-mm,
I'm going to have a great day today. Things are not going to, you don't have to do all that.
mm-mm,
I said today was going to be a good day. If you keep having to give yourself positive affirmations, that's fine, but it doesn't have to come in like a hey, look at me. It
mm-hmm,
could be simple, like internal
mm-hmm. Yep.
what is it? Simple internal statements.
Mm-hmm.
A surety. You know what? It's gonna be
You're
fine.
right.
It's gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's this drag queen that I love, Jinx Monsoon. She used to do this little mantra when she used to compete. Whenever she was nervous, it was water off a duck's back, water off a duck's back. So just saying that to instill that confidence and to just make sure that she's grounded.
Mm.
Y'all, there are things you can do to keep that air of positivity and to remain grounded. One of the things, like Kiki said, don't just sit up here and just kind of fall into an argument just because somebody says something to you. Oh, I need to let them know.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't.
No, you don't.
You really don't.
And don't sit in it, right? If
Mhm.
something bad happens, don't stay in that moment.
Mhm.
Like, and we have days, and I know it's easier said than done, believe me, because ooh.
Mhm.
But sometimes something happens, you can't sit in it all day. You can't keep going back. Well, and this, and like
Mhm.
you had the argument or you had the conflict or whatever,
Right.
and you moved on from it. An hour later, and I should have said, I should have, just let it go
Yeah.
because you don't want that in your mind all day because that throws off the whole rest of your day. If you keep sitting on, well, I should have, my comeback should have been this, or I could have got this little zinger off. And,
Uh-huh.
like, no, just like on the episode of Seinfeld when George was trying to come up with his little comeback,
Jerk
but the guy,
store. Jerk store. Shout out to
2
Seinfeld.
days later, he was still thinking about jerk store,
Yes.
so you
Yes.
can't do that. You
Yeah.
can't live in that space because it will throw you off and it mess up your whole positive vibe.
Right. And positivity, you guys, the way to start thinking positive, how do I even get there? It's the little things. You have your life, you have your health, you have your strength. Well, I don't have my health because, so and so aches. Okay,
But you
well,
woke up this morning.
yeah, you have your strength. Oh, well, that ain't no that. You woke up this morning. I still didn't get enough rest. If you come across someone or if you are one of those people that no matter what anyone says, you're determined to give that opposite response, that may, stir up some questions, some deeper questions that need to be asked. Because if people are trying to be positive to you, but you are determined to
Yes.
rain on your own parade,
Yes.
then what's the issue?
Exactly, exactly. Because there's always a bright side,
Mhm.
and life's for everybody.
God.
Life be life
Oh, God. Help me, Father. But yes, it does,
for
but,
everybody.
it
We all have bad days. We
Mhm,
all have things that we can dwell on. But
mhm,
I woke up this morning. I have a roof over my head. I
mhm,
have a car to drive.
mhm.
I have food in my belly.
My lights are on.
Yes. Honey, this air conditioning in 100 degrees outside in hot Atlanta right now. Okay, I don't like that hot Atlanta term, but it's hot as hell in Atlanta right now.
Wow.
And so I have air conditioning in my house and my car. Thank
Yes.
God.
Yes. It's
So
the little
the
wins.
little ones.
The little wins turn out to be the big stuff. We are so used to these great displays of, "Hey!" that the little thing we just overlook.
Mhm.
Start turning your appreciation to the simple stuff.
Yes.
You have grandchildren,
Mhm.
the children's laughter,
Mhm.
the babbling, the conversation, just little things, the little walks.
The
I have
laughter.
nieces and nephews, just little things
Mhm.
that bring you joy. I've spent family time and y'all, nothing is better to me than when people are together and everyone is relaxed.
Mhm.
It's a difference when people are together and like stuff is tense or
Yes.
somebody has a problem with somebody,
Mhm.
whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like you're choosing
Yep.
to hold on to something or you're choosing to let it go.
Mhm.
And that is the first step in making sure that your outlook is more positive because people are struggling. People are
It's rough right
struggling.
now.
And it's the craziest
Mhm.
thing. I had a friend tell me the other day that one of her sisters was out of work for almost a year, didn't tell anybody,
Mhm.
but was running the show in another way, with something that they had to do that was family wise. And they were like, well, what is going on with her? Come to find out, she didn't have a job, but
Mm.
she was lashing out at
Oh,
everyone. And it's like, how could we have helped you?
yeah.
And it was, well, I didn't want anybody to know didn't know my business. So instead, for almost a year, you put your loved ones through hell because,
Mhm.
you were going through and decided to internalize.
Yeah.
So sometimes it does help to talk about it
Oh,
because
yeah.
you
Oh,
never know,
yeah.
someone may be able to, be of
Mhm.
assistance further down the
Yeah.
road.
Or even a listening ear. I was talking to a friend the other day and I didn't realize she was going through as much as she was going through. And it's rough. And it's always nice to be able to say, hey, I got you.
Mhm.
If you need me, call me,
Mhm.
even if it's just to listen.
Mhm.
So, be a positive role model or a positive influence on somebody else's life. I'm here. If you
Yeah.
need me, I'm here. That might make somebody's day. And I saw one of my kids the other day and I was like, I see you. I see
Mhm.
who you are. And they just brightened up
Mhm.
and can I hug you? Sure, so you just never know. Ms. J Renee is not a
I
hugger.
don't like to be touched like that. No, by strangers. The kids are germ traps.
They
Anyway,
are,
germ
but
traps.
sometimes it's just important to let somebody know I see you and I'm here for you
Yeah.
and just to make somebody's day, right?
Right. Yeah. And like I said, you guys, it's the little things. So when we talk about positivity, be positive. You will never know how you can make someone's day by a simple comment. As
Mhm.
it may uplift them, it may uplift yourself.
Mhm.
Remember back in the 90s, I'm sorry, and we're wrapping this up, but remember back in the 90s when the postal workers were overworked and underpaid?
And everybody went postal.
And yes, people going postal and shooting stuff up like back in the 90s. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Even now, you got the littlest thing can set people off,
Yeah.
and it's to your benefit to be a kind word. And
Mhm.
hey, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But you don't have to be down all the time. Choose happiness.
Yes.
Choose positivity.
Yes.
Choose to make your day brighter by
Mhm.
making someone else's day by giving them a compliment. Challenge
Yeah.
yourself. 5 compliments a day,
Exactly.
and see how that changes your overall outlook. You'd be surprised.
'Cause I do that all the time, like, I
Mhm.
go through the drive-through and I see, "Oh, your nails are cute," or,
Mhm.
"Oh, I love your hair."
Mhm.
You just never know, and then somebody could have been having a bad day or self-conscious, like, "Ugh, I don't know if I look
Right.
good," but you like, "Girl, I see that shirt,"
Right.
and it just makes somebody's day. So
Right.
and it does not hurt to be kind. I
Right.
always said, "Kindness is free, friend."
Oh,
So,
ooh, yes, because kindness is free.
kindness is
That's another story for another day. Anyway, but that's all we have for this week. Thank you all so much for joining us on this perimenopause journey. Good, bad, up, down, positive, negative. We are here for it all. And right now, for the next couple weeks, we're choosing to just focus on different things that's not necessarily perimenopause centered, but it's through the lens of
Mhm.
people that are going through perimenopause.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else, Kiki?
That's it for this week.
All right, you guys. So, until
God
next
bless
time,
you.
we'll see you later.